to say that.
No, thanks, Chair. No, Chair, what I wanted to say is that we must not, we must avoid at all cost applying a stagnant approach, because at the time when we took a resolution that this is a list that we are going to be guided by, there was no person who came before the ad hoc committee to testify about the affairs of the Secret Service account. It's a new factor that has presented itself now after we took that decision. So we can't use a decision that was informed by certain circumstances to subvert new factors that have come in. We need to be flexible. The name of Mbalula, for instance, Mr. Mbalula, has been implicated in a serious transaction of 45 million, if my memory serves me well. So how are we going to proceed in making a determination in that regard if we want to completely overlook his version? So it means we're not going to make any finding. We're just saying we're just throwing this off the window. Because if we're saying we're going to take it further, Mbalula must come, Mr. Mbalula must come and present his case. Because remember, Mr. I forget his surname, but he said even the former national commissioner, I think Sithole, testified in his affidavit about the involvement of Mr. Mbalula in this request for purchasing the equipment for 45 million. So we can't overlook that, Chairperson. We can't overlook Mr. Mbalula's version. And if we overlook it, that means we're not going to talk about it in our report, because we can't talk about something which we have not tested. We will just say this is an allegation which was presented by so and so and leave it there. We're not going to make any determination. We're not going to make any finding of whether that allegation was true or not. And Chair, I think I want to echo what other members from the MK party have said. I think really it's peculiar to want to enter into a realm of playing politics when we're dealing with such sensitive issues. The game of saying, if you raise these names, then we're going to raise ours. I think that is very childish, Chairperson. And we undermine our very own mandate that we have. And we can't, I want to disagree with the chief whip of the ANC. The reason why this committee was established because these are serious allegations. These are explosive revelations that were made by General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. So they did not require a normal oversight responsibility for a final determination. They required an ad hoc committee. That is why we were established. So we can't say for certain matters, we will wait for the president to come and appear and ask him during that time. Then that means we should have not called ministers, because they also appear in parliament and respond to questions. The person who has a responsibility to respond to some of the issues here must come under oath, because this is an investigation. And the unique aspect about it is that it's an investigation. Witnesses will come to testify, take oath before they testify. So I think it's really unfortunate, and it's not fair for members, for South Africans, and for us as members to say some of the issues must be put aside because the president will come before Parliament and respond. We're just now reducing them, we're treating them as normal issues, whereas they are not. There was a specific reason for this ad hoc committee to be established. So, Chair, I think really when we're dealing with these issues, we must be factually, and I was agreeing with what the Chief Whip was saying. I think he was making an eloquent point when you say, let's deal with them not using a blanket approach. I thought he's providing some mature guidance to say deal with them case by case and not be over political when you are dealing with them. Thank you very much.
I'm still here, Chair.
Okay.
I just wanted
Police
to say,
question.
thank you, Chair. I just wanted to raise my concern, and I'm very disappointed, Chair, that Honorable Sangoni as well. I mean, it's very clear, Chair. Now we are playing politics here instead of doing what we're supposed to be doing. You know, hiding behind that. All those people, if she wants those people to be called, they are ready to come. We should not be a point at a gunpoint here to say, if you do this, we'll do that. No, this name was raised, and Chair, this matter was not closed. It's you who said that we will come back to these matters, and these matters have been raised by several witnesses. And now the issue of General Motley, General Khan. If the ANC now, they are here to say as the ANC, not as members of this committee, their decision is that their view, unless they are pursued that again, let me tell you, we'll be wasting our time. Even with the issue of Minister Mbalula, we'll be wasting our time. I mean, we said it all here. Witnesses said it all. We said we're going to deal with politicians who interfered. It's only Minister Senzo Mchunu, and who else? And Minister then former Minister Bheki Cele. When it comes to politicians, when it comes to us as politicians, no, these people are untouchable. Because former Minister Mbalula is now the Secretary General, perhaps hence there's so much to defend on this matter. There's a serious matter here. As I was saying earlier, that we had 2 today submissions which were accepted by this committee, Vuma and the other one. No squalms about that. But when it comes to this issue, people are getting PP. No, we can't, because you know what? This one, call them. If you feel that it will make a difference, you can name them. You are allowed to do so. But you can't say to me, when we raise a name, then you go in. We raised these names, and those other names were raised. But you did not follow them up, which means you are saying they are not important for them to come here. If you want to call Nathi Nhleko, call Nathi Nhleko. But we cannot be told they are held at ransom or being blackmailed. Because we are blackmailing South African. South African wants to know the truth. It's not about the ANC. It's about the people of this country. This country comes first. This country comes first. And when people are being implicated, then now we must get a big submission. Witnesses said it's an allegation. Everybody who came before us is an allegation. And in the system, if you say the president will address us when he comes to parliament, you know, I don't want to go there. The speaker will give you a 2 minute or 60 seconds to ask, and the minister will respond the way you want. I can give you an example. Escopa, one of the ministers, said, "Yeah, I agree with you, but you know those things you are talking about, you'll do them when you are in government. You are not in government. You are an opposition party. You can't tell us what to do." I don't want to go there. We have an ad hoc committee, which General Mkhwanazi has helped this country. We are coming to the end of it, but now we are playing politics. No. Please don't drag us into that. If you want to bring anybody, you feel that he has to come, raise it. Don't say that because we are raising these names. These names were raised, and this matter was not concluded. Let's not lie to the nation. We're told we are not finished. As Honorable Shongwe said, we said there's politicians, there's admin, there's subs, but hence I'm saying, even the issue of the judges, no one wants to touch it here. No one. It's only Umkhonto weSizwe if you want to play politics, which raises the issue of the judiciary. No one wants to take. People have been complaining about the incompetence of the judge being captured, and all this. We are coming to the end of this. Honorable Chonga was correct. Correctional service, there were issues. We never call anyone. It's more police. We've mentioned here prosecutors. Nothing happened. Nothing happened, Che. And it's disappointing because we are letting down South Africans and we are letting down General Mkhwanazi. The platform is here for us to do what is right. Hence, I was saying earlier as well, to say some of these witnesses, they must come. All those witnesses which were mentioned on our list, they must come. We must not be told they must write. You know, we had this, what do you call it, NGOs. They were given opportunity. Let's give everyone an opportunity. And not hide behind, no, they'll write a letter. No, they must appear before us. Even if we have to work, we said we can work on Saturday, so be it. Now, Chair, from my side, I'm saying, please, I'm appealing to the members. Let's not play politics here. We have enough evidence. If that evidence is not enough, it's fine. Let the ANC do as they please. It's okay. Thank you, Chair.
Okay.
Angicalela Chair. I think mawukhuluma khulumiswa ubuhlungu obuziswa abantu abavikela abanye abantu at the expense of South Africans ubuhlungu. So mhlawumbe ekukhulumeni kwami Chair angilifakanga igama elithi kuthiwe uMbalula utshontsha imali. Lento yokutshontsha kwaMbalula imali mhlawumbe yiyo engangenanga kahle.
No, Chair, on a point of order, Chair.
So I would like
on
to
a point of
apologize.
order. Chairperson, on a point of order. On a point of order. Honorable Shongwe is doing this for the second time and we respected his views. On a point of order, Chairperson.
Point of order taken.
Chair, Honorable Shongwe is again making aspersions. Incorrect aspersions, boss. There is no court of law that has convicted Mr. Fikile Mbalula of any theft of any money. And he's doing it again. Honorable Sangweni addressed this matter. We thought it is on the rest. He has been continuing doing this thing. And it's incorrect for the record of Parliament. Because we're going to leave this meeting with a view that we've got a conviction against Mr. Mbalula. And there is no such a thing. There is a testimony and allegation that we're still testing. So Honorable Shonga must respect that, please.
Chair, may I?
You had that point that there is no court decision on Mr. Mbalula.
No, I think, Chair, the mistake here by Honorable Mola, let me speak in English, maybe you'll hear. You see, Chair, when you listen to reply or respond, you end up missing the point. My statement was saying, I was saying in Zulu, but I was saying in English.
Chairperson, point of order. Chairperson,
Jesus
point
Christ.
of order.
No,
Honorable
but Chair, this guy is out of
Shongwe,
order.
Can I finish my
This guy is
if I can finish
Honorable
my point, maybe
Shongwe
you'll
must
find
just
it.
withdraw that he said Umbalula
No,
Utonje
Chair,
47 million. There is no need for him to contextualize anything. He must withdraw the statement he made.
No.
No, he must withdraw the statement. He said Umbalula Utonje 47 million. He mustn't try and grab
Let's
and
not
come up
go
with
through
other
there, Chair,
side.
please.
He must
Chair,
withdraw.
be in charge of this meeting, please. Sangoni, just Honorable Sangoni, just come in without you giving her an opportunity. It's wrong,
Honorable Sangoni. You have called a point of order, isn't it?
Yes, I have, Chair.
I recognize your point of order now.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, the point of order I'm raising again is that Honorable Shonge, and I'm quoting directly, he said, Umbalula untonje 47 million. Now, instead of admitting that he said something he should not be saying because it has no basis to be said, he wants to go around and throw some explanations of why he said it. We're not interested in his explanations. He must withdraw the statement that he made uba Mr. Mbalula stole 47 million and he must withdraw it unconditionally because he is casting aspersions on a person and he has no right to do that, Chairperson. So we don't want him going around and trying to explain why he said it was wrong. He must just withdraw it.
Okay, next time when you call a point of order, you must wait for me to recognize you and allow you to speak.
Thank you, Chairperson, and I do apologize. Thank you.
Honorable Shongwe, may you please withdraw that statement which you made?
Thank you, Chair. May I kindly, Chair, I make sense even to myself and the public of South Africa, not because I'm told to do so, with people who don't understand what I was saying and how I said it. Can I have that protection, Chair? And for that matter, I will say it in English so that it's easier to be understood.
You
Chair,
mean you mean a protection not to withdraw the statement?
no, Chair. Protection to get a chance to clarify what I said and apologize if there's an error, Chair. I do agree, Chair, that there is an error if I said so, because I haven't checked the record. But Chair, I think if I may not use one word which is missing there to say allegedly, which in Zulu kuthiwe uMbalula utshontshe 7 to 47 million. If you can listen to them, Chair, they only speak of 47. They don't even speak of the 7 million I spoke about. So there's a listening error there, Chair. But I would like to apologize, sir, if I didn't use the word allegedly. But the statement
No,
I can't withdraw, Chair.
you did not use it.
Yes, Chair.
You did not
I
use
did,
it.
I was furious, Chair, because I feel, Chair, South Africans are deprived of pure and honest service. Chair, go from day one when the ad hoc started. Where you find a Zuma name, you will find it's only mentioned when we mentioned Cyril Ramaphosa's name, President Cyril Ramaphosa's name, apologize. So you only find that President Zuma's name is only used after we've mentioned President Cyril Ramaphosa's name. That means one thing, Chair. It means had we not touched President Cyril Ramaphosa's name, the entire ad hoc would never have a President Zuma's name from the members of ANC. They only have that name because now it's a countermeasure. It's a revenge. Me, Chair, sitting here as a member of this committee and a South African citizen, I will not find the usage of President Zuma's name or being called in this committee credible, because I will know that it is only being called for one reason, that we mentioned President Cyril Ramaphosa's name. Chair, I will submit to you as I promised that I would write to you now to the submission of my motivation, because I was driving, I couldn't commit to this thing. But Chair, if we go back to from day one, you will only find one thing, that when it comes to that name, polls have been shifted forever. And again, Chair, we read that we're not listening to me. I stopped. But Chair, kindly be fair to us. This name must not be removed, and I can't withdraw something that I didn't say. I may have mistakenly not used the word allegedly. I apologize for that, Chair. But the name, I still stick to it. The statement, I still stick to it. I rest my case, Chair. I just feel sad and very, very bad for South Africans, Chair, that they will only be hearing the truth about Honorable Cyril Ramaphosa only when, Ubab Zuma, only when we touch the name of Honorable Cyril Ramaphosa. In other words, Chair, Zuma is clear and, Zuma is innocent unless you touch Cyril Ramaphosa's name, Honorable Cyril Ramaphosa's name. I apologize, sir, on that. Thank you.
The DA.
Chair, sometimes we disagree amongst ourselves because the people who sponsor names don't give themselves time to, in a very, polite way, take us through each name and why, and sufficient motivation. must be given as to why certain people should be called. I don't know Moodley. I hold no brief from Khan, but I'm still struggling in my mind. Why is Khan being called? Because I always try to just pay attention to hear, okay, what is the issue here, so that even when Khan comes, we should be ready, prepared, and all of that. I still can't find anything that suggests of anything that is different from what we have been listening to. So I don't think there is the basis for those two names to be called and occupy a space which could be occupied by someone who's helpful. That one of the PA of Paul Osalo, and I agree with, because there's been a lot of exchange between them. McBride, actually, it looks like it was used as a conduit in between the two. And what even motivates me more is that it looks like we're still going to have a huge battle with McBride, with Paul O'Sullivan to come. So if we can get someone like that who worked and then was going between, even participated actively in some of the activities, impersonating IP and all of that. So there is something there to be canvassed with there. And perhaps you can even give us more, which we were not anticipating. I don't know why there's such a huge defense on Cyril Ramaphosa, on President Cyril Ramaphosa, because the Cyril Ramaphosa is not being called on the basis of him being implicated in a manner that is negative or anything of that sort. The whole original thing came from him. It originated from him. So it should have been called actually a long time ago. What was the intention? What was the objective? Why did you agree to this thing? And given what the minister did, are you also satisfied that that which you had assigned that must be attended to has been attended to, and so on and so forth? I think it's the right thing to do. You had deputy minister there. Okay. You had three people who were the most useless people, not as individuals, but for this purpose. The acting minister of police was of no purpose. He had nothing to do with this. Deputy minister of police, both of them, they had nothing to do with this. Didn't help us with anything. A person who originated this, he might not have called it a PTT, but he goes to a funeral of an ANC councillor in his ANC capacity, and then he says, from now onwards, we're going to deal with this problem of political killings in South Africa, in particular in KZN. Then I'll put ministers together. He put interministerial committee to work on what could be the immediate intervention, and then they give it to their operational guys, generals, DGs, and all of that. Then they conceptualize a concept which gives birth to PKTT, and then they go back to IMC, and then the IMC, obviously, they went back to the president to say that intervention we spoke about, that we think it can be framed in this way. And therefore, if you agree, this is how we're moving because we want to achieve the following. Then he gives it a thumbs up. Something that he gives a thumbs up gets dissolved during 31st of December, where everybody's in a different mood. Even if they pretend to be listening, as long as it's not festivities, they necessarily do not pay too much attention to that. And this has led to where we are now. And the argument from the minister is that, well, this thing has done its own thing. It's not even PKTT, it's NPKTT and all of that. So the president can help the committee to understand and have an appreciation of what was the expectation when you did this. And are you happy with how it unfolded? Are you satisfied that it has done its job? What is your comment on this or that? Because we are not a committee established by the president. And therefore, we can hold the president accountable. And when we hold the president accountable, it must never be seen to be something as if it's hostile, like, they are fighting. And if they are fighting with President Ramaphosa, we're going to throw in President Zuma, we're going to throw in Natin Tlhago, and. So I don't think that should be the spirit. The spirit should be within, the understanding that this is the originator of this idea that has actually even brought us here as a country. So anyone who can be of help to us, and we hold the view that President Ramaphosa can be of a very, serious help to the commission. To the other committee. In relation to Mbalula, I'm still not persuaded that there is anything that warrants Mbalula's appearance. If there is a new evidence of 47 million and then 7 million, and we're not given anything material except that the utterances were made, we can just write him a simple letter and say, there is this thing, what is your response? And based on his response, we'll determine whether he still has more to clarify or not. So I think that will be my take, but I fully agree that having canvassed this, it must still go back to our legal team, evidence leaders, to advise as to who do they think will be of value after listening to all of us. Thanks, Chair.